Продолжаются наши приключения в Бруме. Есть у меня задание от музея. Найти серебряную вазу. И несколько мелких заданий местных. Ну, пока поисследую саму Бруму. Какие здесь есть. Задания интересные, может быть. Что-нибудь здесь продают редкое. Вряд ли, конечно.
And desist at once.
Oh? What is the spirit of the White Gold Concordat?
The spirit of the White Gold Concordat is that men are not and can never be gods. Just as Tiber Septim is not a god, nor is Martin Septim.
But what does the Concordat actually say?
Within the walls, we'll keep you safe. Outside,
No
watch your
mention
back.
of Martin Septim worship, though?
No, there isn't. I must consult with my superiors. Perhaps we will have to petition for a slight amendment to some unfortunately specific wording within the Concordat. We will keep our eyes on your little cult, however.
Вот он так побежал. Ладно. Так, а что это у нас? Собор.
You know what's even more satisfying than arresting a criminal? Seeing them rot in a cell.
Хорошо. Давайте посмотрим здесь. А может, спать легли уже там? Так, это ты у нас тут разговаривал?
Hello. To ask me why I became an acolyte of Saint Martin is to ask why thunder strikes, why rain falls, or why the wolf hunts. It is because this is what comes naturally to me. You seem confused. Allow me to explain further. We all follow a path through life. We all desperately attempt to influence it to go a certain way, or lead us to a certain destination. Others desperately attempt to steer it away from a destination. The amount of influence we can exert upon that path varies, but is invariably limited. In many ways, we must all make the most of what life gives us, and adapt to its trials accordingly. Without boring you with specifics, it would be appropriate to say that my life so far has taught me many lessons of sorrow and grief. I have constantly been set back, and my attempts to change my course have always been met with bitter resistance by the winds of life. It is through St. Martin's example that I truly find my inspiration to become more than I am. It is in this that I am enlightened, and hope to be reborn. Bye.
Это весь разговор. Ой, братишка,
Greetings,
просыпайся.
stranger. Have you come to hear the gospel of Saint Martin? Yes, Saint Martin. Have you heard the tale of how Martin Septim ascended to sainthood? If not, perhaps that would be a good place to begin. Yes, Martin Septim. Are you familiar with his story? Perhaps you would like to hear it.
Ну, давай.
Saint Martin had humble beginnings as a priest of Akatosh in the city of Kvatch. When Daedra overran the city during the Oblivion Crisis, Martin led the people to refuge in the chapel. The fabled champion of Sirodil came to rescue him and told him the shocking news that he was the son of the Emperor. This came as a surprise to him, but it gave him new purpose after his home was destroyed. Along with the champion and the blades, Martin designed and executed a plan to undermine the efforts of Mankar Cameron and the Mythic Dawn cult. There was a great battle here in Bruma as the Great Gate was opened to secure an artifact of immense power for Martin's plan. Finally, the champion under Martin's guidance slew Mankar Cameron as the Imperial City came under a great Daedric siege. It appeared all was lost, but Martin shattered the Amulet of Kings in the Temple of the One, transforming into a huge flaming avatar of Akatosh. In this form, he defeated the manifestation of Mehrunes Dagon in an epic, glorious duel. This broke the siege of the Imperial City, restored the ward between Tamriel and Oblivion, and ended the Oblivion Crisis. Our message? Our message is one of aspiration. The followers of Saint Martin must aspire to be more than they are, to rise above their current place in the world and become something greater. In Martin's case, this meant rising from a humble priest to savior of the world. In more common cases, this could mean many different things. Rising above greed, evil, temptation, poverty. This is the power of Saint Martin and his holy word. Farewell.
Вот и все разговоры. Так, 4 утра. 4 утра. Давайте осматривать эти Симпатичные домики.
So thankful there are horses and carriages in Skyrim. I know the pain of having your two legs be the only form of traveling through barren wasteland.
Нет, на лошади мы не будем ездить. Вот этот камень у нас. Дальше идут бревна. Интересно. Так, это... Домик белой сосны. Ключ. Может быть, он продается? Так, бойцовский клуб. Где-то... А, это гильдия даже. Гильдия бойцов. Так, так, это реклама.
Hmm? I lead this hall. It's my task to make sure it's up to the standards set by Master Goltinius and Champion Cyrus. It's also my responsibility to try and control Aranir and Ionala, a monumental calling, believe me. Oh, they get along like a log cabin set ablaze. The only problem is the result is just as devastating. They can be quite the handful, let's say, especially when they're intoxicated.
Dick.
That's a good question, one I don't hear often enough from the other members in our hall. The Fighters Guild is here to serve those who need our help. If their coin is good enough, their fights become our fights, and we'll take our steel to their enemies. But it's more than that. I don't think I can explain it to you unless you see it for yourself. It's that look in a husband's eyes when you bring his wife back into his arms. Being able to help the people of Sirodil to change their lives for the better is what this is all about. Well, then we don't help them. It's not a flawless system. Nothing is without its faults, but I just wish there was something more I could do. Sorry, but we're not looking for new members right now. The Nibonese branch is currently undergoing strict internal reforms. Check back soon, though. It's not something I can discuss with someone outside of the guild. That's a good question. One I don't hear often enough from the Fighters Guild. If they're but it's more. It's that look in a husband's eyes when you bring his wife back into his arms. Hello? Sorry, but check back soon, though. I'm afraid not. We're trying to increase public awareness, make sure people know who to... But we'll need to step up our Here, take these posters. Put them up in prominent positions around Bruma. Once you've got them all up, return to me, and I'll have some coin waiting for you.
Отлично. Мы будем развешивать плакаты. Или нет? Ладно, не будем их будить. Так, дальше. Конклав.
Indeed, this is odd. And you say it just appeared here out of thin air?
It isn't mine, that's for sure. Where do you think it came from?
What is with this commotion? Where did that come from? Who made this mess?
That's the thing. We don't know.
It just appeared, out of thin air. Maybe that stranger over there has something to do with it.
You there, come here.
Не хочу.
You there, come here. Don't play ignorant with me. You are involved in this somehow. I mean, really. You expect me to believe that you just happened to randomly walk in just as this statue appeared here? Really? You genuinely have no idea what I'm talking about? You may be telling the truth, or you may not be. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. Well then, I apologize for the inconvenience. Welcome to the Bruma Synod Conclave. Attendant, clean up this mess, would you? And take that statue to the back for examination.
Yes, First Adjunct.
Итак, первый вылет на сегодня и маленький перерыв, пока будет загружаться игра.
It isn't mine, that's for sure. Where do you think it came from?
What is with this commotion? Where did that come from? Who made this mess?
That's the thing. We don't know.
It just appeared, out of thin air. Maybe that stranger over there has something to do with it.
You there, come here.
You there, come here. You say that with confidence, as though you know exactly what mess I'm referring to. That fills me with a certain degree of suspicion. Well, I'm not entirely sure. But I suppose within the unknown... That said, I suppose it would be downright foolish of you. Well then, I apologize for the inconvenience. Welcome to the Bruma Synod Conclave. Attendant, clean up this mess, would you? And take that statue to the back for examination.
Yes, First Adjunct.
Уже статую нельзя взять. Так, театр закрыли. А ну-ка говоришь? Он занят. Так, к шкафам не будем подходить.
I'm Roland Wickert. Hello? Destruction spells? No, not really. If you really want to learn, nobody here is even allowed to teach you the advanced. Not that I've really reached the advanced stage yet myself. Me? I'm the resident destruction expert here. Well, if you want to call me an expert. But I wouldn't. I'm still learning, honing my craft, as they say. My ultimate goal is to perfect the art of defensive spellcasting. I want to be able to conjure the raw power of combative forces of nature and beyond at will. But that'll have to come later. Hopefully sooner later, rather than later.
Soon or later.
As it is, I don't exactly have the time for trifles such as this. You seem like a helpful fellow. Would you be willing to help discover the source of this mysterious object? If so, let me know. I could use someone of strong wit and not merely strong arm.
То есть ничего нельзя пользовать.
Something you need from me?
Статую стащить, что ли? Так, где этот ваш подвал? Это что такое? что с, ребятки, тут? Библиотека. Книжечки потом почитаем.
Hmm? This is a Synod Conclave. It is one of many throughout Cyrodiil, within which can be found the most talented mages of our time. Magical threats, eh? Well, beyond the normal hedge wizards that you'll find just about anywhere, there are indeed some more troubling rumors. I've heard tell of some necromancers holed up in Underpaw Cave, performing their usual heretical rituals and incantations. They threaten the good name of the Synod, and the Conclave can't spare anyone. I see. Necromancers aren't a force to be trifled with, stranger. I implore you to be careful. I shall see about procuring a reward while you're away, for when, if, you return successfully. Best of luck. Underpaw is to the southwest of Bruma. Should be rather easy to find.
Так. Кати, подожди.
Welcome to the Bruma Synod Conclave. How can I help you? Join the Synod? Perhaps check back at a later date. I am sorry, but we do not yet have reason enough to teach you spells. As you noticed when walking in, a couple of seemingly... Given that, as you can no doubt imagine, the Conclave is very busy. After the first item appeared, I had one of the attendants check with him and see if he has discovered anything.
Так, ну что, понабрали заданий. Уже кусочек бумажки нельзя взять. А если мне срочно надо будет?
Can I help you? Anything unusual? Well, it's hard to tell, to be honest. I'm not exactly the most experienced mage in this area, but I did notice that it looks an awful lot like an Ayleid design. Haven't you seen the massive statues by the entrances of their ruins? I also know that Ayleid statues this portable and small would be very valuable, and therefore would probably all have been scavenged from the ruins. My theory? I think someone sent it here as a test. Someone who has access to valuable artifacts such as this, that they plan to come get it back. I think someone is going to try teleporting here using the same teleportation, technique. We should... I'm going to continue studying this thing. You might want to tell Cadius that this doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Something you need from me? See you.
Интересно, у вас тут творится?
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity? Then what are you talking to me for? By the 8! Maybe we can take advantage of this. Search the Conclave. Look for anything that seems out of the ordinary and bring it here. Maybe by examining the items, we can determine their origin.
Can I help you?
Так, ищем какие-нибудь предметы. Что за минералка? А белое вино у них, книжечки не читают с вином, а?
What is it?
Так, вот это, наверное.
I am always happy to help. What brings you to the Bruma Synod Conclave this fine day?
Good morning.
Вы что тут в подвале? Я ничего подарить. Не видел ничего подарить.
Good morning. Farewell.
Так, а что тут у нас?
Can I help you?
Ой, это я тебе помогаю.
Hmm? Hello. Hello.
Где я должен тебе искать странные предметы? Да, затянулось.
Hello.
Так, ты не видел что-нибудь здесь странное? здесь сюда весь.
Hello. Why shouldn't I be? I'm in the cosmopolitan. What more could I ask for? Not very much, truth be told. Cadius can tell you the official jargon better than I, but suffice it to say, we're quite comfortable and provide a much-needed, if thankless, service. We are the face of the Synod, you see. Our presence here in Bruma gets magic into the psyche of the common man. Surely that could only be a good thing. Bye.
Ладно, потом продолжим. Задание. Так, я слышу.
Something you need from me? Until next time.
Я думал, что-то появилось, а ты...
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity? Give them here. Let's see what they can tell us.
А я
Not
все
just any
нашел.
generic form of soul gem. This certainly isn't an item which... What else? Fairly common, but it seems familiar for some reason. What else? A book. Weathered memoirs, eh? This seems to be a journal of some sort about the creation of Frostcrag Spire. Well, this is an interesting twist in our little mystery. Before we examine this further, I'd like to see any other artifacts which may have appeared. These told me a lot, thank you. One thing is certain. Whoever these items belong to is affiliated with the magical arts. More specifically, the darker side of the magical arts. It would also seem that our mystery mages have some connection with Frostcrag Spire. Haven't you seen that large tower in the mountains off in the distance? That is Frostcrag. It was supposedly erected back in the late Third Era by some old mage with too much time on his hands. Quite the sight, isn't it? It would probably still be of great interest to the Synod too, were it not sealed off many years ago by its last residents. I'm not quite sure what part the Spire plays in the summoning of these mysterious objects. Yet. We shall see. You're actually only half right. You see, now that I have at least some idea who's behind this, I'm restricting this investigation. The Synod appreciates all your help in solving this little enigma. But at this point... Wait, what's that? Oh, not again! A fight!
Who's there?
Those fools are
You could get
time
away,
to
huh?
die!
kill because I like to. I kill because I love to.
This is madness. I am sick and tired of these intrusions. It would appear that your services are a game required before payment can be rendered. I cannot simply step back and allow this to continue. Not now that there is a tangible threat to our hall. We must act. Go to Frostcrag Spire and do whatever is necessary to put an end to these infuriating escapades. I just hope that the college isn't somehow involved in this. Divines know they live to make trouble for us.
Так, достаточно.
Good morning.
The name's Edvia. I work at Northern Arms, the Black... About me? Not really much to tell. Well, okay, there's no easy way to put this, but...
Good day.
They say he's charming and he's rich, and he's going to bring wealth to the family. But I don't want money or power. Holgard is. But, well... He's proven more... About me? Not really much to tell.
Okay, ладно.
Talk to you later.
Blacksmithing takes a lot of time and effort to master, but the results speak for themselves. What? And what's that there? I see. Cutters, huh? I swear, those damned bandits are getting bolder and bolder. They'll rule the entire county soon. Here. Have this. A little bit of coin. Least I can do. Here's hoping Avar can return here in time. What is it? Relatively good, as of late, I'd say. No one dares make the first move. That means they're arming themselves. Not to sound like a war profiteer, of course. Sure, they're not walking around in armor. Never know when you'll need to defend yourself from a party of Dalmor justiciars. Don't tell Arm. They know a storm is on the horizon. And soon enough all of our lives are about to become a lot more dangerous. They want to be prepared.
Welcome. The name's Edvia. I'm Holgard's assistant. Good morning. See you.
Please, madam. Just 1 coin is all I ask. Bless you, madam. Bless you. Goodbye.
I don't believe I've seen you before. Fascinating. A newcomer to Bruma, is that what we have here? A joker, too! Wonderful! Yet another troublemaker for us to keep an... Many before you have thought themselves invincible. Above the... They now find themselves hanging from... Enjoy your stay in this fair city. Not highly of me, I suppose. Then again, the feeling is mutual.
Oh, look, an infant. How quaint. Surely the better question would be, because I can tell you in no uncertain terms that you are trying... Oh, but we practically do. That document we need to ensure that this agreement is upheld.
Ходите, ходите, недолго вам осталось тут разгуливать. Так, плакат.
We've been having problems with smugglers lately. You hear anything about it, you go straight to the guard captain.
Watch your back outside the city walls. We can't be charging to your aid if a timber wolf catches your scent.
Богатый дом. Дом. Гостиница.
Scholar, streaming anew into
What in oblivion are you doing?
There's some bard down at the tavern playing a real awful racket. Used to. I hunted game all over County Brum. Say, would you like to hear about the time I killed the most monstrous grizzly? Ah, all right then.
They say
Come back
brawl
another
fights
time
at
and
an
we can
inn
swap
only create
stories.
chaos and disturbance for the place. I say it builds character. Plus, everyone's always applauding you.
Renaud, you're distressing the customers.
The name's Hyotra. I keep the place clean and tidy. Good as always. Through hard work and exacting quality standards, we have the finest wines and meats in all of Sirodil. See you around.
You hire me to play songs in this bar that is so... far below my standards, and now you proclaim my music as distressful? I'm done with you. Standards, and I'm done with this shoddy excuse for a time. I'm off for the Restful Watchman, your top competition. How about that, huh? And you talentless, tasteless fiends! How dare you insult my music? Could you do better? No, you couldn't, because I was trained at the Bots College in Solitude, and I'm the foremost practitioner of the art of song since Wagner himself. You are nothing more than jealous maggots, grasping your waist to insult me and belittle my talent. And to that, I say, good day. Oh, look, a pumpkin.
Ultra, did you change the linens like I asked?
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother. It's just that I normally wouldn't approach a stranger like... Could I hire you? I could pay you handsomely.
Yesterday it was the bath. It feels
There's a priceless heirloom in my family that, as you may know, we Dunmer revere our... Therefore,
Leanne has just
you
been so
understand how
busy
important it is to me that my heirloom is returned. Excellent! The heirloom that's been stolen, well, by all accounts, the thief. If you are able to retrieve my.
View is busy because of our hard work.
Yes, you're right. One of these days, though, I'd like to take a vacation. To the Highlands, perhaps. Or maybe High Rock.
I could tolerate High Rock.
What can I get you? I just wish my Heron was here. He would always... I'm sorry, don't mind me. Just a soldier's wife missing her husband. He was stationed at Fort Pale Pass, but we haven't heard anything for months. None of the soldiers passing through here on leave have seen him either. I've sent letter after letter, but they still haven't told me anything. I have no idea where he is, what happened to him, or if he's even still alive. The Imperial Fort placed right on the border to Skyrim. Mostly wanted for illegal border crossing. Yes, many times. I've sent letter after letter, but heard nothing. I can send as many letters as I want, but if Heron isn't even at the fort, then he's hardly going to see them, is he? You would? I'd be indebted to you if you did, stranger. Like I said, he was garrisoned up at Fort Pale Pass. It's right on the border to Skyrim. Good luck. And please, stranger, I beg of you, find my Heron.
Stantis tends the bar and rents out our rooms. I keep the view running.
Поставим заданиями, как обычно. Так, продолжаем.
My mortar and pestle can make near any potion or poultice.
I'm Ruchia of the Jukani family.
Well met, Rilja.
Well, this is a bit of a surprise. What brings you to my stall?
Bannis's birthday is coming up soon. My wife says he likes your little trinkets, so I was thinking of buying a couple for him.
Give me a D. Give me an I. Give me an A.
Any goblins around?
Trinkets.
Primitive little things, but damn if they won't swarm you.
Every coffee only costs 10. Looking for the
never heard
news.
that cheer
Sell me
before.
a knick-knack that my boy would like. Understand?
Until
I
next
see.
time.
Well, here. I'm sure he'd love this old dagger. It's dull, so he won't hurt himself either.
I'm Galarin, Synod Hopeful. If you have any cuts or bruises, I'd be happy to practice my restoration on you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, I am. Restoration mostly, but I also enjoy alchemy and alteration. Not so big on destruction. Oh, I was born in Bruma. I traveled around Sirodil and lived for a few years in Coral, but the mountains and the cold air always called. My parents used to say there must have been some Nord blood in our family for me to love the snow so much. There probably isn't, of course. My parents were from High Rock. That's about as Breton as it gets. Too bad they aren't here to see me make the Synod. I think they would have been proud. They died a while back. Papa got sick, so Mama never made it back, so I'm not broken up about it anymore. It happened several. In any case, being a mage of the Synod will help with that. That will be my place to belong.
I'm Albecius, of the Duke. We're quite old, and quite... That's not to say that we're the Elder Council, but we don't tend to be ignored either. And that's not to say we don't pick up on... Our family must always strive for bigger and better things. Not to sound like a priest of St. Martin.
Yes, dearie. Oh, absolutely. Some may call it an odd hobby, but I'm proud to preserve my people's ancestry.
Yes, traveler? What
Goodbye.
do you need?
Only the finest potions. Goodbye.
Everything you see here is for sale. Well, except... Don't worry, though. I'm a much better tailor than... You know, I always thought about doing... It's just... As my good ma always said, Gryfard, my worthless And since you seem to be better at sewing than... Yeah, she's a lovely... If you see her around these parts, though, you warn me right away. She's the reason I left High Rock. Bye.
Is there something I can do for you? Meat! A cut above the rest. Get it? Sorry, old joke.
Так, на сегодня достаточно. Продолжим в следующий раз.